This is the Focus Shift podcast, your best listening experience for creating your best online business. We'll focus on topics that help you get discovered. So sit back, listen, take notes if you like, and get excited about growing your business.
You know, there's this really specific, just exact feeling you get. Like you've just wrapped up an incredible project.
Oh, yeah, the post-project high.
Right. Like maybe you're a photographer who just spent, an entire weekend shooting and editing a massive wedding. Or perhaps you just organized this really stellar, absolutely flawless corporate event. You deliver the final product. The client is thrilled. You are thrilled. And you are just riding this massive, purely creative high.
It really is the absolute best part of the job, honestly. I mean, it's pretty much the entire reason you endure the stress of running your own business to begin with.
Exactly. That's why you do it. But then, Monday morning rolls around, the dust settles, the dopamine just completely wears off.
The reality hits.
And it hits hard. You realize with this sudden kind of crushing sense of dread that you now have to actually market the incredible thing you just did. Because, well, you need to get your next client.
Right. You have to keep the lights on.
Yeah. So suddenly you're sitting at your desk, you're staring at a blank, glowing screen, and you're just watching a cursor blink. Just blink, blink, blink.
Which is, frankly, the absolute quickest way to kill that creative high.
Oh, 100%.
It's that jarring transition,
Yeah.
From being an artist or a visionary planner to suddenly, bam, you have to be a digital marketing manager.
Yeah.
It makes people just freeze up completely.
And that freeze response, that exact feeling, is why we are diving into this today. Because for anyone listening right now who just wants to shortcut this miserable digital marketing grind, there really is a better way.
There really is. It doesn't have to be that hard.
No, it doesn't. So today we're going to unpack how to transform content marketing from this dreaded, time-consuming chore into an automated, highly effective growth ecosystem.
I love the sound of that.
Right. And we are pulling from a few different sources for this deep dive today. We've got some really comprehensive guides from PhotoBiz on their AI and business tools. We also have a fascinating transcript from the Focus Shift deep dive on SEO workflows and some highly strategic event marketing insights from rasa.io. Basically, our mission today is to build a create once, market everywhere blueprint for you.
And importantly, a blueprint that actually leverages AI to do the heavy lifting so you can, stop staring at that blinking cursor.
Okay, so I am fully on board with the mission, but I have to stop you right there.
Uh-oh. Here it goes.
Because reading through these sources, I immediately hit a wall.
Okay, what was the wall?
Well, if every single marketing guru out there right now is screaming that we have to live on social media like posting reels and stories all day long, why are our sources so heavily focused on blogging and email newsletters?
Yeah, it's a very fair question.
Yeah, isn't blogging just a relic of the early internet? Who is actually out there maintaining an online diary in 2026?
I completely get this skepticism, and honestly, it's a very common assumption. But it completely misses how search engines have evolved over the last few years.
Okay, how so?
Well, we are no longer in the era of, keyword-stuffed online diaries.
Yeah.
We are operating in the era of EAT.
EAT. Okay, you're going to have to unpack that acronym for me.
Sure. It stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness.
Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. Okay.
Exactly. Because the internet is just absolutely flooded with generic, low-effort content right now. So modern search engines like Google, they are desperately looking for content that genuinely answers real user intent with actual verifiable human expertise.
So they are actively prioritizing real people solving real problems.
Yes, exactly that. Which means you cannot just rely on a static, beautiful homepage that you built like 3 years ago.
Right, because it just sits there.
Yeah. Google heavily favors dynamic, regularly updated content that proves you are currently active and knowledgeable in your field. And that actually brings us to a major pitfall the sources highlight. They call it the random posting trap.
Oh man, this hit so close to home when I read it.
It happens to everyone.
It really does. The random posting trap is basically when you take, say, 20 of your absolute favorite photos from yesterday's session, you throw them up on a blog or a gallery page with a caption like, "Look at this incredibly cute family," and you just call it a day.
Right. And you feel productive because you did the work, you put it out there.
Yeah, checking it off the to-do list.
But the reality is it yields absolutely zero SEO reward.
Which is so frustrating. Why, though? If the photos are stunning, shouldn't Google recognize that this is a great photographer?
Well, because search engines don't know what to do with the phrase, "look at this cute family."
Oh, I see.
It doesn't answer a search query. You have to think about it from the client's perspective. What are real people actually typing into Google when they have a problem?
Not cute family, probably.
Right. They aren't just searching the word photographer either.
Right.
They are typing highly specific, conversational, long-tail queries.
Like what?
Things like best outdoor senior session locations near Charlotte, or what happens if it rains during my wedding in downtown Seattle?
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. So if I just title my post cute family, I am completely invisible to the person typing those highly specific questions.
Completely invisible. You don't even register.
Uh.
But every time you publish a new, properly structured piece of content, you are essentially giving Google a brand new index page.
A new entry point.
Exactly. Think of every single post as a highly specific fishing net that is perfectly designed to catch those active searchers.
Okay, I love the fishing net analogy. But I mean, if I'm not just posting a digital scrapbook of my favorite shots, what am I actually supposed to be posting?
That's the big question.
Because honestly, staring at a blank page trying to guess what random people are searching for sounds just as exhausting as staring at the cursor.
It does. But the sources actually outline a really brilliant shift in mindset here. Instead of just doing random updates, they suggest structuring your content around a specific client journey.
Okay.
It's not about just throwing things at the wall and hoping they stick. It's about anticipating what a total stranger needs to eventually become a paying client.
So you're basically walking them down a path. Where does that path even start?
It starts with simply getting found.
Hmm.
That's the first of the 4 content pillars they mention. You need search-based content, where the entire goal is just to capture local search traffic.
So this is the top of the funnel net.
Exactly. So going back to our example, instead of cute family, your title is Top 5 Family Photo Locations in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Got it. So you're grabbing the attention of someone who, say, just moved to Charlotte. They might not even know they need a photographer yet.
Right. They aren't looking to hire anyone today.
They just want a nice park to take their kids to on a Saturday. But boom, they search for the park and they land on your site.
Yes.
Oh.
You're on their radar.
Yeah.
But getting them to your site isn't enough, obviously. Once they are there, the goal shifts to the second pillar.
Which is?
Educational content. You have to build trust. And you do that by anticipating their anxieties and educating them.
So this is where you answer those burning questions, like a post titled, "What to Wear for Your Fall Family Photo Session."
Yes, exactly. You are solving a major pain point for them, because matching outfits is a huge source of anxiety for families, and you are doing it for free.
And the moment you solve a problem for someone, they instantly view you as an authority.
Right. They trust you.
Okay, so they found you, they trust you. I imagine once they trust you, that's when you can finally show off the actual art. That's when you bring in the emotional connection.
Precisely. That is the third pillar, portfolio or story content. Now, you can finally post that golden hour maternity session, but you do it with intention.
Not just a photo dump.
No, definitely not. You aren't just dumping images. You are telling the story behind the session. You talk about the couple, the mood, the light you captured.
You frame it.
Yeah, you frame it so the prospective client reading it can suddenly envision their own memories being captured that beautifully.
I really love that. You've gotten their attention with the location guide. You've proven that you know your stuff with the wardrobe guide. You've made them feel something with the story. But none of that actually pays the rent unless they hire you.
Which brings us to the fourth and final pillar, authority and conversion content. You have to drive action.
Right.
You've attracted, educated, and connected. Now you explicitly tell them what to do next with content designed to convert. A post like, when should you book your fall mini sessions before they sell out?
Oh, that creates urgency.
It creates urgency and gives them a very clear call to action.
Okay, so a blog isn't an online diary at all. It's a strategic series of index pages acting like specialized fishing nets, guiding a client from who is this person all the way to take my money.
That's a perfect way to summarize it.
It's a fantastic framework, but I have a massive structural problem here.
Okay, let's hear it.
We already established that staring at the blinking cursor is awful. It's exhausting.
Yo.
So how on earth does a busy, creative professional who is, already shooting, editing, planning, and emailing all work have the time to write 4 to 8 of these structurally perfect SEO-optimized articles every single month?
That sounds like a lot.
If I have to do all that, this just became a full-time job. I didn't save any time.
And that right there is the exact friction point where most people just give up. The sheer volume of content required to make this strategy work naturally leads us to the mechanics of how to produce it effortlessly.
Yes, please, tell me the how.
This is where the AI integration we found in the PhotoBiz sources becomes an absolute game changer, because it's built directly into the workflow you are already doing.
Right. This part actually blew my mind when I was reading the guides.
It's pretty incredible.
Because normally if I want to use AI to write something, I have to open a separate tab, prompt a chatbot, copy the text, paste it into my website builder, format the text. It's just clunky.
It takes you out of your zone.
But here you can literally start inside the client gallery software.
Which is where visual professionals already spend all their time anyway.
Exactly.
Yep.
Let's say you just finished editing a huge wedding gallery and you are uploading it for the client.
Yeah.
You can select, say, 15 of those images right there in the gallery, click a button that says Create Blog Post, and the AI instantly analyzes those specific images.
Just from the images.
Yeah, it cross-references your saved business profile, and it drafts a complete formatted post in seconds. And it only costs 5 AI requests from your monthly allowance. It completely removes the friction of staring at that blank page.
It really does.
Yeah.
But honestly, drafting the paragraphs is only half the magic.
Wait, really?
Oh yeah, the real power is that it handles the hidden monster of SEO.
The hidden monster.
Metadata.
Okay, stop right there. Metadata. My eyes just glazed over.
I know. It's a dry topic.
Whenever SEO experts start throwing that word around, I completely tune out. Give me the simplest, 5-year-old explanation of what metadata actually is and why Google cares so much.
Okay, let's try an analogy. Think of your website like a massive, newly built grocery store.
A grocery store. Okay, I'm with you.
You filled the shelves with incredible, high-quality products. Those are your beautiful photographs or event highlights.
Right.
But Google's algorithm isn't a human shopper. You can't walk in, look at a jar, and say, oh, look, that's peanut butter.
Because it can't see the pictures.
Exactly. The algorithm is completely blind. It only understands text. So if you don't label anything with text, Google walks into your store, gets hopelessly confused by all these blank jars, and leaves without ever recommending your store to anyone.
So metadata is just the labeling system for the blind algorithm.
That's exactly it. The AI automatically generates things called alt tags for your images.
Alt tags?
Yeah, an alt tag is literally just a text description attached to the photo file behind the scenes. So when the blind algorithm bumps into a photo of a laughing bride, the alt tag whispers to it, this is a photograph of a laughing bride at a rustic barn in New Jersey.
Oh, wow. That makes so much sense.
And the AI also structures the formatting. You might hear terms like H1 and H2 tags thrown around.
Yeah, I've heard those. Never knew what they meant.
Going back to the grocery store, an H1 tag is the giant neon sign above the front doors telling you the name of the store. The H2 tags are the big signs hanging over each aisle telling you where the cereal and the dairy are. Search algorithms absolutely crave that structure. They need to know the hierarchy of the information.
And the AI just handles all that HTML tagging.
All of it. The AI takes your visual art and translates it into this technical, structural language that search engines demand.
And then the sources had this really great example of how it polishes your intent, too. Let's say you're rushing and you type a really weak prompt into the tool, like Jane Doe Studio Photography in NJ Families and Kids.
A very standard, slightly clunky prompt.
Right. The AI instantly optimizes that into a highly professional, keyword-focused title, like Jane Doe Studio Photography Families and Kids in New Jersey.
It takes all the technical guesswork and structural formatting completely off your plate.
Okay, but I have to push back on this. I really do.
All right, lay it on me.
We started this deep dive by talking about EAT, experience, expertise, authoritativeness. If Google's algorithms are aggressively hunting for genuine, lived human experience, isn't having a robot text generator churn out an article the absolute worst approach?
I see where you're going.
How is this not just faking expertise to game the system? Eventually, Google is going to penalize that, right?
It's a very fair concern, and honestly, it's something a lot of creators worry about right now. But what's fascinating here is understanding what the AI is actually doing in this specific workflow.
Okay, what is it doing?
The AI is not inventing fake experience out of thin air. The focus shift transcript used an analogy for this that I think perfectly clarifies the relationship. Think of the AI as your digital sous chef in a Michelin star restaurant.
Okay, so I'm the executive chef in this scenario.
Yes, you, The human creator are providing the premium, hard-won, real-world ingredients.
My photos.
Your photos, you physically traveled to those locations, you organized the event, you made the genuine artistic choices to capture that light and that emotion. The AI doesn't invent any of that.
Because it's pulling directly from the gallery I just uploaded.
Precisely. The AI sous chef simply preps the station, it chops the onions, it organizes the spices, and it sets the table by translating your real experience into the metadata and HTML formatting that the search algorithms need to digest it.
Oh, I like that.
It's a translator of your expertise, not an inventor of fake expertise.
I have honestly never thought about it like that. That makes total sense. You're starting the writing process at like 80% done, and all the technical SEO heavy lifting is finished for you.
Exactly. You just review it and publish.
But hold on. Even if my AI sous chef has built the perfect SEO fishing net and my beautifully formatted post is live on Google, I can't just sit back in my chair and wait for strangers to find me, right?
No, you definitely can't.
Because SEO takes time. It's a long game.
It is a long game. It builds compounding interest over months and years.
Oh.
And that's exactly where the create once, market everywhere philosophy has to take over.
Okay, so what's the next step?
You have to actively distribute this net to your existing network right now, today. And this is where combining the PhotoBiz distribution tools with the strategic insights from Rasa.io becomes incredibly powerful.
Because my first instinct, and I think pretty much most people's instinct, is just to take the link to that new blog post, throw it up on Facebook or Instagram, and call it a day.
Right, the classic social media blast.
But the sources are very explicit about why that is a terrible idea.
Relying purely on social media algorithms to distribute your long-form content is incredibly risky.
Yeah.
You really have to understand the psychology of those platforms.
Well, they want to keep you on the app, right? So they can show you more ads.
Exactly. So if you post a link that takes a user off of Instagram and over to your personal website, the algorithm actively punishes that post.
It dead buries it.
It buries it deep. You have zero control over who actually sees your work.
Which is why email marketing is so critical.
Yes.
Email is direct. It's permission-based access. You aren't fighting a mysterious algorithm. You are landing right in someone's personal inbox.
And with the workflow we're discussing, you don't even have to start from scratch again.
Right. The PhotoBiz system allows you to take that published blog post and turn it directly into an email newsletter invite with a single click.
One click. It's seamless.
And the software automatically reformats the text and images to fit an email layout. Plus, it includes like 10,000 marketing emails per month, which is crazy.
You've created the content once, and now you are marketing it everywhere, effortlessly.
But that brings up a huge question for me. What are we actually sending them?
What do you mean?
Well, if I'm a client and you email me every 2 weeks just saying, hey, book me for a session, hey, my calendar's open, hey, give me money, I am going to block you immediately.
Oh, absolutely. Nobody wants a constant sales pitch in their inbox.
Right.
And this is where the Rasa.io insights really shine.
What do they suggest?
They outline a whole spectrum. They list 7 types of marketing content you should be sending, heavily emphasizing that emails must provide actual value.
Give me an example of how that works in practice, like for an event.
Let's say you are an event planner organizing a massive industry workshop.
Okay.
Instead of just sending a link to buy tickets over and over again, use your newsletter to share the behind-the-scenes preparation. Send out speaker spotlights, or show a quick video of your team designing the stage layout. Share candid member testimonials.
Oh, I read about this in the sources. It's based on something called the IKEA effect, right?
Yes, the IKEA effect. It's the psychological principle that people place a disproportionately high value on things they helped assemble or feel involved in.
Like Swedish furniture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you pull back the curtain and show your audience how you are building the event, they feel invested in the journey.
That makes a lot of sense.
Or if you're a photographer, send them that what to wear guide you just blogged about. You're using the educational and story pillars we talked about earlier to build trust directly in their inbox.
And Rasa.io also heavily stresses the importance of segmenting your audience, which basically means, not blasting everyone on your list with the exact same message, right?
Exactly. You can use past behavior to ensure you are sending personalized invites. Like if someone previously attended your corporate leadership retreat, you send them the early bird invite for the next one.
Sure.
But you wouldn't send that same corporate leadership email to a bride who inquired about wedding photography 2 years ago. It's about delivering the right message to the right person.
Okay, but I can hear the listener thinking right now because it is a very common fear for anyone putting themselves out there.
The fear of being annoying.
Yes. Even if I segment, even if I share behind the scenes value, if I start turning every single blog post into an email newsletter, aren't I just going to annoy my clients? Like, am I going to cause major inbox fatigue and just trigger a massive wave of unsubscribes?
That anxiety is so common, but it fundamentally misunderstands the psychology of the long-term client.
How so?
The reality is the real danger to your business isn't being annoying. The real danger is disappearing from their radar entirely and being completely forgotten.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Exactly. Think about your own habits. Most clients do not need your services every single week. A family might only need a photographer once a year, or maybe once every 2 years.
Yeah.
A company might only host one big retreat annually. If you stop communicating with them out of a fear of being annoying, what happens?
When they finally are ready to book, they can't even remember my name.
Right. And they will simply go with whoever happens to pop up on their social media feed that specific day.
Wow. Yeah, that hurts.
Small, valuable touch points, like a quick email with a helpful guide, they don't annoy people. They build deep trust over time. You aren't aggressively pitching, you're nurturing a relationship. So when that client is finally ready to buy, you're the only name they think of.
Okay, I love that mindset shift. That is huge. So let's track where we are in the journey.
Okay, let's review.
We've attracted a lead with our SEO net. We've nurtured them with valuable, engaging email newsletters. Now we have to seamlessly transition to the actual conversion.
The finish line.
Right. We have to close the loop so they can officially register or sign a contract or actually hand over their credit card.
And this is the most critical juncture, because if that final booking process is clunky or overwhelming, you will lose them.
Yep.
All that incredible marketing effort goes right down the drain. This is where the PhotoBiz form builder comes into play. It allows you to create digital contracts with e-signatures, set ticket limits so you don't oversell, all of that. It makes it effortless for the client to say yes.
I know from personal experience, if I get an email about an event and I click the link to register, and I am suddenly faced with a massive, rigid 20-question intake form.
It's awful.
I just close the tab. I don't have the energy for it. How do we prevent that bounce from happening to our clients?
By using something called conditional fields. It is a feature in the form builder that dynamically changes the form based on how the client answers the previous questions. It actively manages their cognitive load.
Walk me through what that actually looks like for the client clicking the link.
Okay, let's say a client is booking you for an event. The form starts simple. It asks one single question. How long would you like us to photograph? 4 hours or 8 hours?
Easy enough.
The pricing updates dynamically on the screen based on their choice. Then a new question appears. Would you like to add hair and makeup services?
Okay, I'm following.
If they click no, they are immediately taken to the payment screen. It's fast and painless. But if they click yes, the form smoothly expands. New specific pricing options for hair and makeup appear.
Oh, I see.
The client is essentially customizing their own package, step by step. They see exactly how the price is building based on their own choices.
That is brilliant. It completely prevents that massive sticker shock at the final checkout screen because they built the price themselves.
Exactly.
And it feels like a personalized consultation rather than, an interrogation.
It really does. And for those who don't need complex forms, say you just want people to book a quick time slot for a mini session, the sources highlight the scheduler tool.
Just a simple calendar.
Basically, you just display your open calendar, the client picks a time, and you can require a prepayment right there to secure the spot. It is a totally frictionless, close to the loop.
So let's step back and look at the massive shift we've just outlined today.
It's a big one.
The disjointed, dreaded chore of digital marketing has literally been transformed into a closed, automated ecosystem. You take your real-world photos or event details, the AI sous chef structures them into a perfect, metadata-rich SEO blog using the 4 pillars of the client journey.
Yep.
With one click, that blog becomes a value-driven email campaign to nurture your past clients. And that email points directly to a seamless, dynamic form to easily book and collect payment.
It completely redefines the workflow. Whether you are prepping for a massive corporate event or you are running a solo creative business out of your living room, these tools allow you to stop fighting the blank page.
You can actually get back to doing the work you love. You can ride that creative high on Monday morning instead of crashing into marketing dread.
Absolutely. But, if we connect this incredible automation to the bigger picture, it does leave us with a rather profound realization.
Oh, what's that?
Well, we are rapidly entering an era where AI perfectly levels the digital playing field for everyone.
Sure.
The software's flawlessly formatting your SEO, it's writing compelling email newsletters, it's structuring your website to algorithmic perfection. Eventually, every single one of your competitors is going to have access to these exact same polished digital nets.
Wow. I honestly hadn't thought of that.
Yeah.
If the digital representation of every single business is perfected by artificial intelligence, does that mean the only true differentiator left for a business is the actual offline human experience they deliver when they are face-to-face with a client?
I think that is the ultimate takeaway here. If the digital world is automated and flawless, genuine human connection becomes the ultimate premium product. The AI can prep the ingredients perfectly, but only the chef can give the meal its soul.
That is definitely something to mull over. The next time you find yourself staring at that blinking cursor on a Tuesday morning, remember?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be your enemy anymore. You have the tools to build the digital ecosystem effortlessly. Let the AI prep the station so you can focus entirely on delivering that unforgettable human experience.
Well said.
Keep exploring, keep optimizing those workflows, and we will catch you on the next deep dive.
The Focus Shift podcast is presented by PhotoBiz, the best website solution for photographers. Whether you're launching your site or scaling your online business, PhotoBiz has your back. To get started for free, visit photobiz.com today.